while catching up with pals
Casey Ainsworth.
I'm all the way from London town.
Nicola Adams.
This is where I grew up, in Yorkshire.
Jeanette Manrara.
and with family.
It's a really good way to bond, getting to know each other through drawing.
So join us
My little very good cat.
as we show how taking a break in nature
There's something about water, there's something about the coastline.
Are you feeling relaxed, Joe McKelvey?
Yeah, I think we've smashed it.
or trying something new
You have sailed before, Mark?
Many, many times.
Here's the next gust coming.
can be the perfect recipe
Oh, we've got sausage rolls.
Let's get it all on, and the kitchen sink.
My taste buds are doing high fives.
to nourish the mind
That's brilliant.
I can't believe I've stopped doing all this stuff. It's very therapeutic, don't you think?
body
Oh, I can feel things shaking that shouldn't be.
Fish on! Fish on.
and soul.
You know what they say? It's not about the destination. It's the journey.
Now on this weekend escape, it's less of a vacation for me and more of a staycation because I have a house guest.
You'll know her as the iconic Little Mo from EastEnders, or as my wife for the last 10 years on Grantchester. And not only is she a formidable actress, she also happens to be a very good friend. Look at Casey Ainsworth,
Only
enjoying
me.
the amazing views of my Northumbrian home.
I'm all the way from London town, all the way from the smoke.
Do you understand why I blither on about it all the time at work?
Yeah, I do. It is really beautiful, but it's that.
I know, that's why I
That's
go
it.
fishing. There's
It's
loads of
just
salmon in
beautiful.
there. It's great, isn't it?
So you're going to show me a good time.
Oh,
You've
yes.
promised me a good time.
I promised you an immersive experience, and that's
Oh.
exactly what you're going to get.
I'm scared now because I know what you're like.
All will be revealed. Come
Oh, I want to go home.
on. Like my leeks.
Oh,
They
my
would win a
legs.
show then. Look at my lettuce. Good, isn't it?
Casey's been working in the film and TV industries, in the theatre and on radio for over 40 years. And she's also a busy mum too.
And I've got my big coat with me because you told me it was going to be wet.
It's the Northeast. 4 seasons in one day.
Look at it. It's
I know,
gorgeous.
It's lovely.
I'm hoping that a couple of days connecting with the countryside that's on my doorstep will be a great escape for Casey.
Are you ready for these?
I am not ready at all. I'm used to nice, warm green rooms.
And I'm wondering what things she's discovered in the past that have helped her de-stress from work.
So your iconic character, Little Mo in EastEnders, how were you able to kind of switch off from that? Because that must have been so demanding.
I did something called Kundalini Yoga, which is a very particular type of practice, which is a lot about breath of fire and holding poses. And I used to do that once a week. And honestly, it saved me from keeping all of that stuff inside.
So what else do you do? Have you ever been cold water swimming? That is swimming in water under 15 degrees.
No, can't say that would have appealed to me.
Well, you are this morning alongside a lovely fella called Graham Walton.
Right. So everyone else you took to do goat yoga
Yeah.
and lovely glamping, and
Yeah.
me, you're going to chuck me in the time.
Yeah.
You'll have a lovely time. It'll be a weekend away. This is grounds for divorce. You know this.
I love it.
We've come to Cholerford Bridge, a few miles north of Hexham, because we'll be taking the plunge from the riverbanks here.
Graham,
What
lad,
do you think?
how are you?
Hello.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
And as this can be a risky pastime, we're going out with open water coach Graham from an organisation called Stroke by Stroke Swimming.
Tell us, is this a good day to go cold water swimming?
It's always a good day to go cold water swimming.
Good
I was
answer.
hoping you'd say no.
So when was the last time you went cold water swimming?
Never, but I have got a little cold pod in my garden, and the boys in the family, they use it for recovery after sports and also for mental health as well. So you hear about the benefits of cold water swimming. I want to feel the benefits of cold water swimming because at the moment I'm not feeling anything other than freezing.
What's the temperature in the river today?
Today it's 12 degrees.
That's cold.
For
Anything
this time
below
of year,
15, yeah?
Yeah, definitely colder than
Yeah.
we'd expected.
Yeah, so do we have to be careful of currents? Can you see them on top?
I'll get in first and I'll find out where it's deep, where it's stronger. and then we'll work a route out from there.
And we get our
Okay.
swimming caps and goggles on.
We shall. I shall look like Esther Williams in The Shake of a Lamb's Tail.
The water here is fed directly by the reservoir at Kielder, near the Scottish borders.
How is it, Graham?
Duck says. Yeah, it's cold.
Thanks, Doc.
And now Graham's done his recce, it's time for us to feel the thrill of the chill.
Oh, that's just gone in, Casey. Oh, you're gonna love it.
Are you ready?
Welcome to Northumberland.
Oh, I'm gonna kill you.
Don't worry. All right. That'll warm up quite quickly. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to swim up here.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've been up there. We can't touch the bottom once we leave here.
Right.
However, current is bringing us back here.
Yes.
Sure.
So if we get into any difficulty, you're going to float back to this point here where you can stay.
Absolutely.
I've been cold water swimming for 25 years.
I'm not going anywhere.
And for me, it isn't just a hobby. It's a tried and tested way to feeling better both physically and mentally. I just hope Casey's enjoying the benefits too.
Are you feeling the cold that much, or is the suit looking after?
No, the suit is looking after me, definitely. But it's the current. It makes it quite, difficult to get anywhere.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's why we're keeping it safe. We're keeping it close to the edge. Now, a true cold water swim is what you're doing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You get the water on your skin.
Yes.
And are you feeling
And
it?
it tingles. And you get a secondary workout when you get out because you shake uncontrollably for a while.
So it's good to have all the warm gear
Yeah.
once we get out.
Well, we should keep moving.
Let's keep moving and let's keep going, yeah.
Casey's right, swimming against the current is a challenging workout for anyone. But we've managed to get to the halfway point.
So, in terms of the stroke, do you swim differently when you're in cold water?
In cold water, it might be sometimes advantageous to have a faster stroke rate.
Right.
If you're non-wetsuit especially, which will keep your body temperature a bit higher.
Yeah.
Seeing the Northumberland countryside from the water is a real treat. And getting back to the starting point is, thankfully, a bit easier than the outward swim.
Well done.
Hey!
Well done. Fantastic.
Oh!
Well done.
And even though we've only been in the river a few minutes, I can already feel a nice rush of endorphins.
It reminds you that you're alive, doesn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
Fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah. So there you go. You've done your cold water swimming in Northumberland.
What have you got next?
Oh, just you wait and see.
Knife swallowing. Fire breathing.
Brilliant. You're going to find out.
Let's go.
However, mate, that was awesome.
Great stuff. Thank you.
Cheers.
Whether I'm fishing it, boating on it, or taking a dip in it, the River Tyne is one of my all-time favourite places to be.
So, honestly, how do you feel after that?
Yeah, I felt quite zingy when I came out.
Yeah.
What about you? How do you feel?
Well, I can tell you look fresh-faced.
Yeah.
It does. It tightens the skin up. It really does. So, when you were at school, outside of drama, what other things were you interested in? Were you good at art and stuff like that?
No. I wasn't good at anything like that, drawing, and anything. I wasn't very artistic.
So you didn't do things like sculptures or pottery?
I didn't do anything like that. But I tell you who did. My mum. My mum was a potter.
What?
Yes, my mum used to do pottery.
Well, surely her DNA has gone into your body.
No, not at all. My parents were foster carers as well. And my mum used to do, I suppose now you'd call it art therapy. I think it helped some children if they'd been in particularly traumatic situations sometimes.
Listen, if your mum was an expert potter, the DNA has to have been passed on. Well, we're going to find out because we're meeting a lady called Laura and we are going to create a memory out of clay.
This is wonderful.
It's only a 10-minute drive back to my house, where I've arranged for us to meet ceramicist Laura and her dog, Penny.
Yes.
She's already knocked up a
Oh,
pot. Look at that.
her.
And what a lovely day to be playing with clay.
Oh my goodness.
Laura!
Laura runs courses at her shop and studio in my hometown of Hexham. And today, she's going to introduce us to the calming effects of making pottery.
Well, I'm loving the classroom you've created here.
Beautiful.
It's amazing.
Yes.
So what are me and Casey going to create out of clay today, Laura?
So we will work on centering some clay. That's how a good pot starts. And then we'll have a go at getting a couple of small bowls off, maybe.
Perfect. Come on.
Right, so take a seat. Before you sit down, put on aprons, because you will get mucky.
I haven't been behind a potter's wheel since I was at Dudley Middle Comprehensive School, so I'm going to need all the help I can get.
Right, you want to get yourself right up against your wheels. Get your hands nice and wet and let the clay slip through your hands. A load of water on it, water on your hands.
Our main focus at the beginning is to create a cone shape.
Once you've got a cone, you're going to have this hand back down and you're going to use the soft part of your palm, going to push that clay back down into your hand. And as you do, you'll start to get a puck of clay.
That's called a puck.
That's a puck of clay.
I'd be happy with a puck. And you could just glaze that, and I'll give it to you as a present and a memory.
Take it nice and slow. Like, this whole process should be really relaxing.
I tell you what, I'm just relaxed watching you.
It's really soothing.
Right, so give it a good throw,
Give
yeah?
a good
Yep.
throw
There we
in
go.
the centre, yeah?
Yes, close to the centre as you can get it. You're just going to gently push together, and as soon as it starts to move up, you're going to move your hands up with it. That's it, spot on.
I've made a cone!
Now that you've started, you're going to keep one down the bottom,
Yeah.
nice and still. That one's going to go over the top and press that clay down into that hand. That's it.
Laura, do you think there's something incredibly primal about taking raw earth and making it into something that we can use in everyday life?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I
of course there
mean,
is.
yeah, you can't get more sort of at one with nature, can you, than
no.
being covered in it and then turning it into something you can use. And it brings back the memories of being in the sun, in the garden.
Tell you what, I am pleased with that.
Good.
Can we just stop now?
No, we have to keep going.
Now we've mastered the basics, it's time to make the sides of our bowls higher.
Look at this.
There you are.
It's like a Roman pot.
You know, Robson, when you said that it must be in my DNA,
Aw,
look at
your
it.
mum would have been so
My
proud.
mum would have been really proud of me.
Right, let me get my tool and we'll take that off.
Casey,
Oh, shut
don't know if you
up.
know, look at that. I
Shut
would
up.
eat cereal out of that. I would. Or a mixed fruit salad.
Yes.
Do you ever get anyone squash anybody else's pottery?
But what's great about this is that you can make a mistake, recycle the clay,
I don't know what I've made there, but it looks pretty.
and just go again.
I mean, only been doing this, what, 20, 30 minutes? And you can see why people use it to de-stress and as a form of therapy, can't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've done meditation evenings where we make pinch pots, and the aim isn't to kind of come away with a perfect bowl.
Yeah.
It's about learning to breathe and process whatever it is you're going through, and clay just silences the noise. It's about making that memory and just being able to turn off from everything else.
I can really see where Laura's coming from. Manipulating a ball of clay into something recognizable is totally engrossing.
So the final thing we're going to make is a candlestick holder. So, ball of clay in the middle, nice and wet. You're going to just centre it as you have been doing. So squeeze those hands together and move them up.
And then press it back down again.
Yep, perfect. Lovely, Robson, that's grand.
Thank you, Laura.
My pleasure.
It's amazing that we've learned enough skills in just a couple of hours
You're going to take that middle finger
Yeah.
and you're just going to press down.
to create an object we can keep forever.
As the wheel spins, you'll find that it just compresses that outside edge. And there you go. You just have yourself a candlestick holder.
You do indeed.
Look at that. Look at that.
Cheers.
Cheers. Laura,
Cheers. Yes.
I have thoroughly enjoyed
Good.
this lesson.
Me
and
too.
I've enjoyed your company and everything
Thanks.
you have to say about pottery.
Thank you. Well, I am glad.
Thank
Good,
you for
mate.
taking us back to our childhoods.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
I have to say, I'm loving hanging about around my own house and garden and not doing the usual weekend jobs.
We've been creating memories out of clay.
Oh, yeah?
Now we're going to mould things out of dough. Okay?
There's a theme here, Mr. Green. There's a theme.
Right, I didn't ask you. Do you like
This.
Italian?
Who doesn't like Italian?
Pasta
Who
or
doesn't?
pizza? Please say pizza.
I say pizza.
Well, that's all we've
It's
got.
amazing.
Excellent.
Not like you're leading the witness or anything.
So
Right, do I have to do what we did on the
Well, I think you've got to put some flour down first before you throw that.
Oh.
So, yes, centre your dough.
Centre your dough.
Yeah, get that right. So we've got pepperoni, we've got jalapenos, we've got mozzarella.
You've got loads of stuff. Get it all on.
Right.
And the kitchen sink.
It's been your highlight today, or have you enjoyed every second?
Just meeting all these different people and, you know, and actually coming to your house is really lovely.
Makes you realise how blessed you are
Yeah.
living in a place like this.
Just having a look what you've got on your doorstep as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's looking good to me.
Okay.
Come on. I am happy with that. I like it.
Right.
It's regular.
In
It's like
60
me.
seconds, you're going to be eating it.
Fabulous. I'm starving. All that pottery making. 10 years later.
Oh,
In.
oh, that's hot.
Creating food from scratch always feels nourishing for mind, body and soul. Even if I am still getting the hang of my new pizza oven.
I mean, these pizzas might not be perfect, but they taste delicious.
Well, I feel like they're pretty perfect. It's a pretty perfect evening. Birdsong, pizza, good company.
Friendship.
Thank you.
Here's the friendship.
Here's to friendship. 10 years.
I know.
God, I don't know how to put up with you.
It's the second day of my staycation and Casey's weekend escape. And we're already up and about for another day of adventures.
So did you sleep well?
I slept like the dead.
Do you think the cold water swimming had anything to do with
I
that?
don't know. I was fairly tired. But also, the bed is the most comfortable bed I think I've ever slept in. You just sank into it and it was like, and away. It was done.
No, I just thought we'd go on a short walk in a
Yeah.
lovely place
Yeah.
that I go to about 15, 20 times a year. Because as you know, there's so many beautiful monuments around this area. One of the most iconic is Hadrian's Wall. And along the wall, there was lots of forts dotted. You got Chester's, you got Housesteads, you got Burners Wall, and you got my favourite, which hopefully you will love. And it's
sure I
called
will.
Vindolanda.
Right. What a great name. It already sounds like somewhere
I think
where
we-
you'd shout it as you ran down the hill with your sword. Do you know what I mean? It's that, isn't it?
I used to go a lot to Vindolanda with my mum. And, you know, you can go there just to ponder and pause and think about the threads of time. So I hope you like it.
I'm sure I will.
The extraordinary fort and Roman museum of Vindolanda are nestled in the Northumberland landscape, a few miles west of Hexham.
Romans love the temple.
That's we can do that.
Many temples of worship.
And with so much to see, I've arranged for us to meet comms manager and pal, Sonia,
Hello, Robson.
How do you see you?
Oh, it's nice to see you.
You too.
who's a third-generation member of the same family to work here and the perfect person to ask about the name.
Vindolanda is an ancient Celtic name, so it actually means white lawn or white field.
Oh.
So behind us here we've got Barkham Hill, and in the winter it casts a very long shadow onto our fort. So white lawn comes from that.
There.
Now, you're part of an archaeological dynasty. Was Vindolanda for you growing up just one big playground?
As a child in the 80s, into the early 90s, yeah, this is where I just hung out and played, yeah.
So would you like to show me and Casey around your
I
playground?
would love to. Come with me.
Let's go play.
This place really transports you back to a time when the Roman Empire's influence stretched across these rugged lands.
I mean, it is a beautiful setting here. Do you find a lot of people come to Vindolanda just to take a walk around the museum gardens and the ancient monuments and take in the landscapes?
Oh, absolutely. It is absolutely stunning, though, isn't it? And I think because up here there's very little modern built environment, so it allows you to just have that moment to imagine what life was really like 2,000 years ago.
Because you can't see a road, you can't see anything modern, so it's like being on top of the world, isn't it?
Yeah, I think the sky seems bigger here. I don't know.
it does, it does. That's really
Today
weird.
the clouds.
Yeah. No, I think why I used to come here so often, especially with my mum as well, that taking time for reflection and getting that sense of origin, I think really kind of helped me moving forward in life when you get your sense of place and identity.
Absolutely, and this was a place of community, a place of family, as much as it was a Roman fort with soldiers and military and fighting. You know, there was love, laughter, loss. It was all here, it all happened, so we can connect with that.
And even if you're not from here, you can imagine people who came to here as well, from all over Europe. Amazing.
Yeah, it was a real cultural melting pot back then.
One of the best things about Vindolanda is how accessible the site is, so anyone can visit.
So, what would we be looking at on our right and left here?
Well, this is the main high street, if you like.
Right.
So we've passed the tavern, so
Oh, the pub?
past the pub.
Yeah.
This shop here, and then further up we've got a butcher's shop. I mean, so they would have had canopies as well coming out over the fronts, because Romans taxed their buildings based on the frontage. So you'll see they have quite narrow frontages and then they're really long.
Yeah.
But actually some modern high street shops are like that as well. So that hasn't perhaps changed in 2,000 years.
So this is the butcher's.
Yes, the butcher's, and what we have outside is the drain. You can see it's still functioning today, 2,000 years on.
Wow.
So all of the mess and gut from the butchers would come out into the main street and get washed away, and you can see that happening with the water. This is as close as you can get to a time capsule, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you have a huge sense of empathy when you're here with the people who lived here 2,000 years ago.
Yeah, and created all of this.
Yeah, what a legacy.
Yeah.
However many times I visit this place, I always come away having learned something new.
Impressive Vindolanda, isn't it?
Isn't it, just?
Have you enjoyed your weekend?
Oh, it's been lovely, hasn't it?
It's
Hasn't it
great
been nice?
catching up, isn't it?
And also we've been really good, because normally if we haven't seen each other for a couple of months and you speak, I always go, you what? And then I speak to you and you go, you what? Because we don't understand each other, because I've spent too much time in London and you spent too much time up here.
Our weekend together is almost over, but I've arranged one last treat for Casey that combines rambling and delicious food from Northeast chef Christopher Ray, who runs a venture called Fell's Kitchen.
Right, where is Christopher? There he is.
Hey.
Chris, how are you, lad?
As well as being a chef, Chris is a qualified mountain leader.
Good to see you, man.
Good to meet you.
This is Casey.
Hi.
Nice to meet you, Casey.
Nice to meet you.
Picked a nice day for it, haven't we?
Beautiful, isn't it? A bit windy, but it's all right.
Yeah. So what culinary journey are you taking us on today?
Well, today we're going to head up Warden Hill there, and I've got a surprise for lunch for you.
You're not telling us what's on the menu?
Nope, you'll have to wait and see.
Great. Shall we do our talking while we're walking then?
Why not?
Let's do it, I'm starving.
Work up an appetite.
Yes.
Chris organises walks across Northumberland, North Yorkshire and the Lake District. And today's expedition up Warden Hill, a stone's throw from Hexham, should take us about 2 hours.
So where did the idea for Fell's Kitchen come about?
Well, it was during the pandemic. I've been event catering 25 years. But during the pandemic, I obviously couldn't do any catering. So I decided I would train to become a mountain leader. And then I hit upon the idea of combining the two.
Genius.
Sounds
Such a
fabulous.
simple idea,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
So, how do you choose your locations? Is it a pin in the map?
I tend to talk to clients and find out about their past experience, shall we say.
Yeah.
And then I pick things accordingly. So I don't always go up hills. I sometimes do some flatter routes as well, depending on what people have done in the past.
Yeah.
'Cause everyone's got to be capable of doing what we can.
I think you do come to things like this, though, as well. Because I spent my first years in London, and then I came out to the countryside. And if you don't live there, you often don't get a chance to do stuff like this, or indeed to walk, you know?
I think as you get older and life gets busier, you appreciate the time away from everything else, really.
And to be non-contactable, for
Well,
once.
Yes.
This trek is special because we'll be rewarded with spectacular views halfway through.
On this walk, once we get to the top, you'll just see literally everything. Everything we've done on this weekend escape, you will see from this vantage point.
Because I don't think a lot of people realise there's two rivers and they meet here.
Yes.
Well, we'll be able to show Casey when we get to the top.
I know. And again, I only discovered recently that, you know, they call it the River Tyne, but actually the word Tyne is an ancient word for river.
All
So when
right,
people
okay.
say, oh, I live by the River Tyne, you're saying, I live by the river.
We haven't seen another soul since we started walking. And now we've climbed a couple of 100 meters to the summit, we can see the North and South Tyne valleys below.
There's Cholerford over there where you were swimming yesterday.
Right.
Just make out the river here.
Yeah.
And the South Tyne's coming down from over. Can't quite see it between the trees.
So my gap's over there.
Behind this.
You got
proper
the Cheviots over here. North Pennines.
Yeah.
No, we're on top of the world.
With the breeze picking up, we need to find a sheltered spot so we can eat.
So, what delights are going to come our way, Christopher, eh?
I am going to be cooking you today, Mr. Green, some scallops. Ooh. And for Casey, who's never had them before, black pudding.
But yeah, so I'll be trying black pudding for the first time.
What is the secret with scallops? 2 minutes either side?
Yeah, nice hot pan, couple of minutes either side tops, and we're ready to go. So while they're finishing off,
What else?
I'm going to have that ready. I've got an apple reduction. So, your plate first, please, Casey.
Thank you very much. Me first.
Well, you were going to be in there, weren't you?
This is great, Chris. What a great idea.
Bit of green.
Bit of green. There you go. Enjoy.
Bon appetit. Here we go. That's really nice.
Black pudding.
I thought it'd be really dense.
Oh my God, those
Crumbly.
scallops are
Gorgeous.
exquisite.
Good. Good.
Fresh off the boat.
Yeah.
My God,
Yeah,
they're
beautiful.
good.
This is the first time I've had a meal with a 360-degree view of everything that's within easy reach of my cottage. And of course, we can't set off back without dessert.
Here you go, guys.
That looks gorgeous.
Blood orange posset.
Yeah. What's on top?
Blood oranges.
No, the
Crushed amaretti biscuit.
Gorgeous.
Amaretti. Enjoy.
Oh my God.
All right.
That's off the scale.
That's gorgeous.
Everybody should do this once in a while.
Definitely.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much, Chris.
Oh, an absolute pleasure.
Thank you so much. Loved the walk, loved your company, and your food is exceptional. Man.
Thank you for inviting me along. It's been a pleasure to meet you both.
It was such a lovely adventure.
Great.
Have you enjoyed your weekend escape?
Oh, Robson, it's been amazing.
No. And what a way to end it with blood
Such a
orange
great
posset.
time. I need that walk back to the car.
It has been amazing, and a real privilege to share my home turf with such an old friend. When it comes to pressing the reset button, Northumberland never fails to deliver.